Woo! What's going on, guys? Always fun coming at you guys today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Detroit Lions training camp. We're on day 4, 2023. This is the very last day of the acclimation period. This is where they have the last day of no pads. So day off tomorrow, Thursday, and then back to pads, full go on Friday. So we get to see the boys in action, all suited up and ready to rock. But this is the last day of that acclimation period. So the defense stepped up today for sure. But let's get right to the point though of the guys that set this up for me: Eric Schlitt, Jeff Risdon, Jeremy Reisman, Tim Twentyman, Mike O'Hara, John Macaron, Dave Burkett. Those guys, they throw that info out. And I report it to you guys. So if you guys aren't seeing it on the internet or anything like that, you just come to my channel and you can listen to me rant and rave about it. And if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't be able to put this out. So great that those guys get the action to see firsthand the training camp. So the defense did step up, like I said, after having a pretty bad day. Yesterday, getting torched by Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and just having an overall bad defensive day. Making a couple plays yesterday, but overall didn't have a very good day. But they got manhandled yesterday. But today was a whole different story. They played well. They stepped up after having a bad day. So attendance, injuries. There was wide receiver Marvin Jones, still junior, on the NFI. He's got that back thing going on. No rush to get the veteran back, quarterback Hendon Hooker, the rookie on the NFI, got that. He's still recovering, and wide receiver Emmanuel Mosley on the pup, still recovering too as well. Should be back soon. Hopefully Marvin Jones back soon. Hendon Hooker, they're gonna take it easy with this guy and Mosley. I think Dan Campbell did hope he could return sooner than later, but they're not going to rush him. And then we had some new guys, obviously, to the mix. Well, first it was wide receiver Jameson Williams, and he's been banged up. Looks like he's only going to be out for 2-3 days. Some type of leg injury, don't really know. Then C.J. Garner-Johnson had that big scare a couple days ago as well, clutching that knee. And those two were working with the trainers. They could be back pretty early too, but looks like Garner could be a little bit longer. And then right guard, Halapula Vaitai. Didn't really know what the injury was, but I know he got hurt a little bit yesterday. So he was absent. He was there, but he was absent from the practice field. And then safety nickel cornerback Brian Branch. Don't know what the injury was. Won't know until I think Friday is when the media talks to Dan Campbell, the head coach. He can give us a little more info on that. But Brian Branch was not participating in any drills. And then Chase Cota, the wide receiver out of Oregon, the UDFA, nicked up a little bit but did return. Tom Kennedy got hurt, making a great catch too as well. He's colliding with the rookie linebacker Jack Campbell. Made a fantastic catch, I guess, apparently. Good coverage by Jack Campbell, following up on a little wide receiver like that. And apparently Kennedy made some adjustment, made a good catch, came down on that arm and shoulder. But it looks like he's going to be all right, but he did not return to practice. So some guys a little bit nicked up right there, nothing too serious. We'll see what happens in the next coming days or so. Nice, good to have a day off on Thursday. So the defense went back to basics. Lots of four-man fronts and man coverage, working on that. Hutch and Charles Harris were your starters on the edge. John Kaminsky and Josh Pascal were your number 2. And your number 3 was Romeo Akwara and James Houston were your 3s. Splitting time with Julian Akwara. He was jumping in there with those 3s every now and then. So basically was what you're probably going to see during the year too right there. That's not going to change much. And we got some depth there, man, at that defensive end spot. So, and the results on the D, no red zone work for the offense. So, that's always advantage offense when you see those guys out there doing red zone, especially in these 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s. There's no real line blocking. There's no contact much. So it's usually advantage offense. So defense took advantage this time. Hutch had a sack and a tackle for loss, beating tight ends Brock Wright and rookie Sam Laporta. showing his power and his agility. Charles Harris beating Decker, got a sack. Romeo added another sack, beating third string offensive tackles. And then Houston getting some pressure as well, but was held. So just as good as a sack. Basically, take him back, get that penalty. So, Houston doing what he does, man. Rush the passer and rush the passer well. And then Bugs, Martin, the rookie, Benito Jones all had passes knocked out as well, too. But knocking down passes at the line of scrimmage. Will Harris and Malcolm Rodriguez had a pass breakup each. And then Sudfeld kind of joking around, saying he feels small around Broderick Martin. Sudfeld is 6'6", by the way. Martin's 6'5", but he's just a mountain of a man. Broderick Martin, and then Sudfeld was joking about he thinks he needs to get a little taller because obviously the balls are getting knocked down from his passes. So he's saying he thinks he should be taller. So kind of joking around, but he's getting passes knocked down. It just goes to show you that we got some size on that line of scrimmage from our defensive linemen, and they're causing some havoc. So I like that too as well. And then the expanding roles, the linebackers getting shuffled around. The rookie linebacker, Jack Campbell, getting more snaps with the ones. So everybody kind of calmed down a little bit. Jack's going to get in there. I think Jack's going to win a job. So, but, he got in there with the ones majority of the day. Looking comfortable and showing range, especially in pass coverage. Dropping back with wide receivers, tight ends. Even like I said earlier, running down the seam with Tom Kennedy is no easy task. Kennedy's a small, shifty guy, got some quicks to him. Not a burner or anything by any stretch, but he's got some quicks. He's got some experience, and Jack Campbell was running along just with him. And then Barnes with the twos majority of the day as well, looking solid. He did slip in coverage a little bit. That's 2 days in a row he slipped in coverage and gave up a big play, though. And he knows he needs to be better, but he did have a pretty solid day. And then UDFA linebacker Trevor Nowaski lining up off the ball at the linebacker spot and on the edge, getting more looks and get more opportunities. So they're trying to get a good look at the rookie right there as well. And then who's going to play nickel? Who's going to play the nickel corner? We got guys like CJ Gardner-Johnson out, and then Branch was out today too in that undisclosed injury. So they were doing the two deep nickel, something that they did a lot last year. Will Harris and Chase Lucas. That's a little bit nervous right there. But Harris did have a pass breakup, like I said, and Chase Lucas did have another sack today. So it's 2 days in a row making some plays for Chase Lucas as well. So, depth and opportunity right there. Those guys are only getting in there, getting a little more looks because we got some injuries going on right now. So, and then Harris had to shift inside. He plays that hybrid nickel, that star position. So they did a cornerback a CB4 rotation with second team Starling Thomas, Jaron Williams, and Stephen Gilmore. And then Khalil Dorsey kind of first man up too as well. And then, the shift at the fourth safety spot opposite Melifonwu with Savion Smith. Brady Breeze lingering around there as well too. So getting a lot of looks at some depth today. And then the offense was slowed. Offense was slowed a little bit today. They did make some plays, not going to lie, but they were slowed. It wasn't a big, crazy day like it was yesterday. Majority of the day, the offense could not punch the ball down the field. They were having some trouble. Goff and Sudfeld settling for short and intermediate passes most of the day. Josh Reynolds and Khalif Raymond doing most of the damage, but very minimal at that. Laporta and Mitchell did find some space over the middle and the flats as well, though. So a couple plays for the offense, but defense kind of won that. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown was piling up yak, though, doing his thing. He was the only one really getting deep, and it was mostly on yak. So a couple big plays going for yardage. Amon-Ra St. Brown following his blockers, doing his thing. Pro's pro. Just a really good football player, and he was the only one really making big damage down the field, and he had to do it with the yak. So following his blockers, doing his thing. And then rookie wide receiver Antoine Green getting some work with the number ones. Injuries with J-Mo, Kennedy getting banged up, Marvin Jones hurt. So guys are getting looks. And this is where guys need to step up and get the coaches, get the eyes on you, because it's going to be hard to get noticed when J-Mo's back, Kennedy, Kennedy's healthy, Marvin Jones healthy. It's going to be hard. So make your plays now, and Antoine Green is getting some work with the one. So you like to see that. And offense corner Ben Johnson instilling confidence in guys like Green and Laporta again. He's got nothing but good things to say about Laporta. Finally opening up a little bit about Green, saying the opportunity's there for him to step up. And he's done that. So talking about trust with these guys. So you start hearing the word trust, that's really big coming from a coach. And then Green did make a rookie mistake. Don't really know what it was, but Ben Johnson and Antoine Randall, his wide receiver coach, got heated and they let him know what he did wrong. And I don't know what he did wrong, but they got in him. They got into him. So, it happened earlier in the spring too, I think, as well. Ben Johnson getting all over Green. That's his tough love. So, but he's got the skill set, man. He's got that skill set. So, he's going to make mistakes and he's going to pay for it. He's going to get told. And then Trinity Benson got a nice 18-yarder from Adrian Martinez. High throw though, but Benson making a play. Then Dylan Drummond, quick out for you got field goal range in that quick out. So good for Drummond, good for Benson. And then Graham Glasgow with the ones, big V out. So Glasgow's going to get some looks right now at that right guard spot. And like I said yesterday, it's a competition. It's a legit competition. Then Colby Sorsdal getting opportunities as well with Vaitai out. So he was on that second team. Also getting some one-on-one time with O-line coach Hank Fraley after practice. Just chopping it up, man. So it's always good to get in good with your coach. And then the special teams, kick coverage and blocking drills, a little two-hand touch action, kind of like a game of tag. I remember this drill. Your regulars shined on this one. Justin Jackson, Cleve Raymond, Maurice Alexander, Jalen Reeves-Maben, Anthony Pittman, Will Harris, Starling Thomas, Khalil Dorsey, all stood out on this game. It's like they make an alleyway. Someone has the ball and you try to juke them out, two-hand touch them. It's a fun game. And then some of these guys were getting pretty excited about it. There was a couple good matchups with Tom Kennedy, who beat Cam Sutton. Apparently, he beat Cam Sutton, slipping by him twice. Actually, Sutton actually asked for another rematch, and Kennedy got by him. So I don't know when they did this drill because Kennedy, I don't think he returned to practice. But like I said, Tom Kennedy beat Cam Sutton, so did it twice. So that draws the crowd, gets everybody fired up in there, and the players and the offense versus defensive guys, they get pretty worked up, and it's very competitive out there. But then the matchup of the day was Jerry Jacobs versus Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jacobs won a close battle in the first one with Amon-Ra carrying the ball. It was a very close battle though, but it looks like Jacobs got him, two-hand touched him. And then Jacobs called out Amon-Ra St. Brown again a little bit later on, and this time he had the ball in his hand. So they want to do a little reverse action here, and he made Amon-Ra St. Brown whiff. Made a nice play, jump cut, and it drew another big cheer from the defensive players. Jerry Jacobs, just calling himself an athlete. I'm an athlete out here, man. So you love to see that. You love competition. Amon-Ra St. Brown will remember that too. He's just one of those guys. And then to end it, it's kind of a quick one. There wasn't a lot of info thrown out today. I went to a few sites. I went to all my guys, and some of them were repeating some of the same things, and that's fine. It just seemed like it was kind of not a slow day, but there wasn't a ton of info out there today. But Romo and Patterson both going 4 for 5, the kickers here. Patterson missed a 33-yarder. Romo missed a 38-yarder. And then Patterson nailed a 45-yarder during a 1-minute drill. And Romo nailed a 45-yarder too that looked like it went about 60 yards. He kicked, there's if you go to Twitter, or if you see Twitter, just go there, go to Twitter. There's a video of Romo just booming a kick, and it looked like it went about 60-something plus yards. It was a 45-yarder just with air, and it was zipping by. So, kicker competition's on early, and excited for that, man. See who can win that one. But that's it, guys. It's a little bit of a shorter video, only a 15-minute plus, and there's your day 4. So day 5 is going to be rest. Day 6 they start back up with Pats. So there's some camp battles going on right now, guys. Now we're heading into the nitty gritty. Now we're headed into the juices, so you say, of practice, where these guys are going to be suited up and they're going to be bopping heads. So let's see what happens. Let's see who comes out on top here. So I'm excited for the Pats, but a nice rest day, much well-needed, well-deserved rest day for this team because they've been hitting it pretty hard. So that's it, guys. Thanks for coming into the video and watching me rant about this team. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get all my videos. Don't forget to like and comment this out. Let's have a rest day tomorrow. I'll try and maybe do a video, try to find something we can talk about, and then or I could be skipping a day. I'm not really too sure on how I feel. It's a late one again, and I am exhausted. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Go Lions, one pride. Boom. Let's go. Whoop.